Leviathans to take down the Dragons? Well, to find that out in game number 1 with Dulcin and Trelly.
What a way to kick off the weekend, huh? Trelly, Leviathans versus Dragons, a battle for the top in the SPL. A team in the Dragons who won the SMITE Summer Masters tournament and haven't looked back. Needs a bit of time to kind of scale up anyway. I mean, you've got Pagon and Pandacat, double Hunter. And so with this style of comp, do you think the Jade Dragons are, well, I'll hold this thought, a Scream could end up dropping. I wondered if Panatom would use the ultimate, but...
Why did he come back?
Okay, I looked away, assuming it was done, and it was not. That's first blood to the Leviathans, and a pull back in onto Pagon, and Panatom is just going to scurry away. The route from Mike was good. Now the rest of the Leviathans close by, but it is an eyebrow-raising first blood over to Panatom and the Atlantis Leviathans.
You're farming, some quick farming, we'll call it, from the Jade Dragons thus far. But still, getting Panatom off to a great start on the Daji, definitely important. Scream trying to answer back with a kill on a Shinto, gets the beads, and he's gone.
That is big damage. One more auto attack gets it for Scream, and now both junglers have made their impact. And that's where we thought we might see some of the pressure, was over towards mid lane. You got an AMC.
Overexertion right now could be enough to force a pull, and it looks like
I can feel it, Trelly.
They're trying to get it.
It's finally building up.
Here it is. This is what we've been waiting for.
It's going to happen. We've been 1-1 for 15 minutes. And the team's now grouped. The Oni Fury being shredded. The double Hunter composition too strong from the Jade Dragons. Now there's a fight after the fact. A chain good onto a couple. And 2 pulled in, but nobody's there for follow-up. Final K has separated out the fight on the right. And Rongyu unable to finish off any kills. That Earthshaker, massive from Shinto, but just not far enough in the build to make a massive difference. A big swing now.
Onto the Fire Giant while the rest of the Dragons are trying to fumble and get back in time for this. Earthshaker isn't available quite yet, but it's coming back off cooldown soon.
Yep.
I imagine Leviathans are also looking to get aggressive.
Uh-oh, fine, okay. This would be a costly death, but no! It's Haddox who needs the ambulance. And there's a Scarab's Blessing on Fine OK as well, so he will survive. But the squishies of the Leviathans left running, a killing spree for Scream. And all 5 members of the Dragons remain, and they'll turn their eyes to the FG.
Rongyu has ultimate. That's pretty much the only opportunity to try and get involved in this fight, but Zapman is frontlining at this point.
No.
Fine OK with the wraparound, trying to do some damage.
Fino is teleported back in. The Fire Giant completed by the Dragons, and Fino might just be able to 2v1 this backline. Panatom off the Palau will scurry away, and it's Rongyu left alone. Might be a late kill onto the Nox here, and now the biggest advantage so far, Jade Dragons drop a few kills and get all 5 with the FG buff.
Yeah, now it's time to grab some tier 2 towers in the process, because those...
Not a team to rest back, you know, if the Dragons sense a small opening here, they might just try to force this thing down. Little bit of damage connects onto the Phoenix. Now push back. And it's a great pull in onto Rongyu, and Pandacat the one who finishes off the kill, and it's all set up by Scream. Now Tusky ripping through the Leviathan's composition. And watch out, the Jade Dragons with just a sense of blood in the water. One more opportunity for the Leviathans to fight back in. The Fire Giant will fall off in 5 or so seconds. The Jade Dragons will get an Oni Fury, so they're going to have 3 waves of Oni Fire minions and maybe an extra kill onto Zapman. No pull onto Zap, but there's the kill. Earthshaker deletes Scream, and now it's Panatom over the back wall. Palau goes up. Pandacat gets the Scarab's Blessing while Fine OK controls 3. The King Arthur is a mountain, and 3 Leviathans can't seem to cross it. Panatom left on the other side. And the trap has been switched, but here's Tusky and here's Pandacat. Shinto and Rongyu nearly get turned on. So close to we can take Stinger back as well. And without much pushback, the Jade Dragons should get all 3 Phoenixes down. This is a jungle 1v1. That's good damage out of Panatom. Forces the beads off of Fine OK. But down goes Panatom off the Palau. Rongyu dashes out as a root from Mike has connected. Mike has been a nuisance on this Khepri all game long. Mid lane Phoenix falls once again. Pagon destroys Zapman, and all 5 Dragons dogpile on the Titan. And we don't need a fight to end the game. We just need some time, and the Jade Dragons
take drafted to be able to pull anybody in and then find that follow-up after. Now feels like it's triple, if not maybe quadruply hard to be able to do so. Can the Atlantis Leviathans bring it back and take us to a game number 3? Before we can do that, we've got to jump into game number 2, and to do that, we're going to take it over to Dulcin and Trelly one more time.
That's right, one more time, potentially just one more time if the Jade Dragon's able to close things out here in game number 2. You're going to need a more active approach here from the Atlantis Leviathans if you're trying to change around what happened in game number 1. The Jade Dragons simply played the map, Trelly. They built up a gold lead. By the time Team Cat and Mike still not level 5 yet, so the safety a bit limited. Maybe a slight ward that spotted out Panatom just behind the Daji. Panatom level 5. Mike is going to get pulled back in here, but is there enough damage on the other end? There is enough lockdown. Now the body blocks for Cat maybe make the difference. And Mike unable to scurry away, and the AoE shot from Zapman. And at that point, you're hoping that Cat or Pagon have enough shred to delete those 2 frontliners.
Yeah, I imagine your play in a late game team fight as Cat gets real aggressive here, has no clue Panatom's wrapping around and already used the Whirlpool. This is going to be hard to live through.
Cat has beads, though. Not sure it's going to make much of a difference. That is a simple walk-up from Panatom, and too aggressive from Cat. Gives the Leviathans another kill over on left, and it looks like Panatom. I was wondering if Panatom was going to commit to Cat over on left, but instead, red buff, invade, scream low, abduct onto Panatom. Can Panatom just get it done on his own? Dashes forward. Chains need to connect. One is in. The timing will be close, and down goes Scream. Rangyu deals a killing blow, and a double stun from Zapman. It's miraculous from the Leviathans. The initiation near perfect, and it's Panatom hand-delivering 2 more kills to his team.
Man, that was a tough spot to be in for Mike. I think Scream kind of dropped the ball on that one. You know, you can use the Scarab Done. They're going to make sure they're spawning on them whenever they come up. Haddox is rotating over to Greater Scorpions. There's nothing the Jade Dragons are able to grab. FineOK is thinking, hey, you guys on Pyromancer? No, I was just checking, and now it's going to walk into 3. Maybe look to find a pick here on a Rangyu?
Yeah, gotta be awkward. Now, that's a beautiful read from Polar Bear Mike that has brought Rangyu back into the back line, and now the healing of the Shiva, so important to spread out amongst the rest of the Jade Dragons. But look at Haddox go running down the middle of the map right now. It's Panatom on a killing spree. It's Shinto with another. And the Cthulhu opens up simply too much space, and the Jade Dragon swept from the map yet again here at the 11-minute mark. I
mean, I like the idea from the Dragons. It was a good route into a great pull from
Tier
Scream.
3 item might have given Cat an edge, so it's well timed. On is it trouble brewing again for the duo lane of the Jade Dragons? I mean, anywhere Panatom goes, the answer tends to be yes, and Mike pathing away from it all. At this point, it's just a matter of who grabs the kill. And look, the Gold Fury is going to be up in 30 seconds or so, and so Mike will go down. His death timer will be right about 30 seconds. If you're the Leviathans, I mean, you're far enough ahead. I wonder if you just insta-pull this.
And look, he's back in time for the Primal Fury, so it doesn't matter. Panatom real weak.
What happened to Panatom in mid? What's happening to Scream in mid? Panatom lives, Scream does not. Shutting down this Daji has got to be priority 1 for the Jade Dragons, because 404 answer missing from the Jade Dragons, and Panatom has been on a warpath. I bet Doug sits back there, and I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad. Like a little smirk draws across his face, and he flips over to the XP screen. No, Doug, absolutely on point with the experience as we needed it, and maybe a chance for the Jade Dragons to grab a pull. And yes, indeed, it's a kill over to the Jade Dragons, right on cue. And it's Rangyu dead for 30 or so seconds. Bad news, it's a bit slow, but working down the Fire Giant just fine. The Jade Dragons handedly behind going into this fight, 23 minutes in. The Leviathans and really Panatom have picked apart the Jade Dragons. Here's Haddox's health bar. Watch it stay the same. Watch that health bar not move at all. And the Jade Dragons getting the alarm. They're heading to the hills. They're running away. But maybe it's Haddix who should have run. What is this? Panda Cat's got damage, but Shinto's got a killing spree. And Zapman and Haddix simply could not get it done. And now Shinto left alone.
What?
What in the world just happened? The Jade Dragons backpedal and shred the Leviathans prior to the Fire Giant.
I mean, and now it's just going to be a Fire Giant pull. Panatom is sitting in mid lane at the moment. I was wondering, is he going to make a rotation in? No. Just decides to run away. Wrong you gets out with 1 HP, but I mean the Jade Dragons. I said they were looking for an opportunity to try and find a way back into the game.
Getting abduct thrown his way.
What?
Whoa. If he dies, if Zapman dies, what in the world was that? He goes in.
What?
He goes in. Now Zapman being chased down. Zapman dies. Panatom up on the Palau. Pagon in the Scarab's blessing, and it is disaster for the Leviathan. Zapman rolls forward, and now Shinto and Zap are both dead. The Jade Dragons again pick up 2. And this time it's the carries of the Leviathans who
Go
are
in
dead.
retreat at this moment. The Jade Dragons feel pretty confident on this one.
Panatom.
Yeah, Panatom really far back in the jungle. Scream throw in the jungle, but actually wrong. He wants to go in.
Haddix dashes forward. The Jade Dragons are back, and Panatom loses the 1v1 up against Scream. Pagon and Panacat, both of the carries, isolated by the Leviathans. This is a great fight. Big pulls in from Shinto on the dodge E transformation. And now Scream has it all to do, but plenty of damage to get it done. Jumps in and gets the Aegis off of Zapman. Now left running. The Mai are slowing down the Bastet. Root on Rongyu, but the stun connects as well. Zapman does not get the root onto Scream. And it's a matter of time before Scream falls. On the jump on out, the route back to Rongyu, and Haddix finishes off Scream. Pagon the last alive. There's your defense for the Leviathans.
Leviathans keep that Phoenix alive, and it's going to be a 4 for 2. Yeah, Relic's definitely in favor of the Leviathans. Currently, Pagon sitting without both at the moment. Zap immediately going for the shred. Look at this, Panatom wrapping around again.
Oh no, but Rongyu gets pulled, but Pagon gets killed. No one can hold on to an advantage. Scarab's blessing on a Scream. Double pull, and it's big from Panatom this time. Zapman on a killing spree, and Scream stays alive on the map. Shinto's gonna get chased down by Fido K.
You hit it.
You stand at a 2 for 2. That's where we are now. Stun onto Fino, pull onto Shinto, and Shinto will live. Fino K left chasing, Panda Cat back in base. Zapman taking up the tier 2 tower, chasing down Mike, and it's a teleport out of Fino K, but he's not gonna make it. And the Leviathans kill off all but the duo lane.
Yeah, the duo lane alive for solo Shinto and Zapman. It's not going to be easy, especially because Mike's back and Panacat has ultimate. But here comes Shinto.
But Shinto stealthed just around the corner. Panacat. But Haddix is in for a world of hurt. But so is Panacat. Nearly turns around the 1v1. Now it's just Mike. The Leviathans get the enhanced Fire Giant. Bubble burnt by the Palau. Shinto is so low here. You're not going to be able to buy time for Pagon.
Tier 2 towers still standing. Final K is going to teleport in towards the Oni Fury while Panatom actually behind at the moment. They haven't thought it out yet. He blinks in.
Oh, this is not going to catch the Dragons off guard. Scream evaporates Shinto. Panatom looking for the delete key. Nearly finds it onto Pagon. Fido K burnt through. But Zapman, he's caught out on the walls as a double kill from Scream as Panatom adds another. My goodness, back and forth we go across the battleground. Now only 2 enhanced Fire Giant buffs remaining. Panatom nearly kills off Fino K, but they are so low. One more rotation of cooldowns, and Panatom's got a real good look at 3. Rongyu won't get the root. And it looks like the glide to safety, maybe just to burn some time.
Yeah, definitely just stalling out the last 45 seconds of this enhanced Fire Giant while Shinto and Panatom sitting around in the jungle and mid. At least going to grab the mid tier 2 tower with those poly shots. Probably a smart call, but they realize he's gone. They're going to fight this.
Oh no! Oh no, it's Zapman! And down goes the Ishtar.
Mid
A
Phoenix.
minute and 10 seconds left on Zapman's death timer. And wouldn't you guess it, a minute and 20 seconds left on the enhanced fire off their advantages. If you can win a fight without Zapman, you might be able to end the game. Oh, the pull is on to Rongyu as well. And you're going to stagger out the kills one more time. Fantastic from Scream. But the survivability, too strong, Mike. He's been pulled back in and he doesn't have Scarab's blessing. He doesn't have a health bar. Panatom starts off the killing. Now Fine OK desperately running away, slowed by the mire, stunned by the Morrigan. And again, we will be staggered out. Blessing here, that is massive. But with only one exposed Phoenix, do you feel like you can burn enough time off the enhanced Fire Giant? Do you have the range even? I suppose Pagon could from over the wall. What has Scream done? Scream has looked for it. Scream has not found it, but Rongyu has found Scream. Panatom with Panda Cat. Shinto adds one onto Pagon. And finally this game maybe coming to a close. The Leviathans bought their time, found their advantages, and a double kill from Panatom seals the deal. The Leviathans send us to game 3.
Remember when it was 4 kills and 5 assists and Panatom hadn't added anything? 9 kills and 8 assists. Finally, that Daji and Shinto as that Daji certainly helping out the team in this regard. Shinto is just going to run down Mike while the rest of the team just runs it up mid and finally ends this game. I mean, 43 minutes in with the lead the Leviathans have, you got to give props over the Jade Dragons for finding the stop, but they never faltered. I mean, the Leviathans were confident in their fight. Took them a bit to get it. But finally, at 44 minutes, that Titan's going to fall down.
It sure will. And the Leviathans will run over the Jade Dragons and on to game number...
that mink form or that turtle form to just get out of there half the time as opposed for the engage. I think that the damage numbers that they're going to be able to put up are going to look good for the Dragons and fit their style of early gameplay.
Very strong early out of the Jade Dragons. The Pele, the set. Chernobog going to become that late game hyper carry for the Jade Dragons. And not a whole lot of AoE out there just yet for the Dragons. We'll see if they can bring it back and take it home for game number 3, or Leviathans going to be the second team of the phase to knock down the Jade Dragons. To find that out, we got to jump into game 3 one last time with Dulcin and Trelly.
Yeah, you don't have to clean out your ears. J-Mac did say game 3, our first game 3 in nearly 2 weeks of the Smite Pro League. And of course, it's the Jade Dragons and the Leviathans going toe-to-toe with one another. Top 4 matchup, this one with serious standings implications on the line.
That's annoying to deal with, of course. You're also giving Shinto a pretty strong transformation in that sense as well. Shinto, speaking of the devil, going down for first blood. Scream gets credit for that one.
Goodness, that's damage from Scream and Pagon. And that's why the Jade Dragons pick this 1-2 punch. It's Scream on Pele. They need him to get aggressive, and then Pagon on set. Bank just yet. Rongyu dashing through. So red buff already picked up by Shinto, so no invade here except for Mike draining that obelisk just a little bit. But Rongyu knows this is here. This would be tough. I mean, if Rongyu gets caught out, has to use the double dash away. Pagon up and over the wall, and the Jade Dragons collapse in onto Rongyu swiftly. And Ankh is down onto Mike. This will be a big stun from Zapman. Panatom has the taunt as well, and there's so much CC, but simply not enough damage. The Jade Dragons invade.
Oh, he missed.
Grabs a couple kills and then some. And they'll get out cleanly. A 2-kill swing for the Jade Dragons.
Yeah, that was he's trying to wrap around here. I don't think any of the Dragons are going to fall for this one. Actually, might even want to get aggressive. As Panatom has Blink, I was going to say, he's going in for it.
Oh, he wants Scream. Scream pinned and whacked by the Gold Fury, but Panatom will trade out his life in exchange. A soul for a soul. Down goes Panatom. Down goes Scream. And the death timer's equal. I mean, Panatom, Mike, and Panatom. But I wonder if we'll start to see the Jade Dragons at some point, Trelly, start to put pressure over here on Haddix, maybe try to pull the Leviathans over towards right. And get an ult in from Panda Cat. Now it's just Haddix having to dash away. Should be okay, but Scream has gone back in. There's your damage. Scream with another. The Pele has not slowed down. 5 affected kills. All 5 on the board for the Jade Dragons.
And it looks like the tier 1 tower also going to be falling down this early on before 10 minutes with a little bit of help there from Scream. Pretty solid gold swing in favor, but now Panda Cat did ult in, trying to get aggressive. Zap wants to fight this, does get the ult, trying to find the stun. Gets the jolt, but can't find it, gets the beats, and here comes Shinto.
Oh, that's right, you gotta watch out because Shinto can rotate over just as well. There's a kill back to the Leviathans, and I've talked this whole game about the one Chernobog that can rotate out without really thinking about Shinto and his ability to make those plays as well. Perfectly timed and very needed for the Atlantis Leviathans to slow down the momentum of the Dragons.
Yeah, unfortunate for PandaCat. Does lose the beads and the ultimate. Pagon wants to clean up for his ADC. Rolling Thunder goes through, won't find the Mez. Pagon's not doing too much, but waiting on that skewer.
Ooh, gets some good damage onto Zap, dodges the stun. It's drawn out, but simple for Pagon. Then another trade back. So really both assassins trailing. Where the Dragons massively ahead, nearly 3,500 gold. But the Leviathans now, maybe a play to get him back into the game. Mike is low, Mike is pinned, Mike is stealing the Gold Fury, and the Jade Dragons pull one away from the Leviathans. It's the Spit, 48 damage.
What?
From the Cerberus. And I think Mike's trading his life for that every day of the week. Builds on the lead that the Jade Dragons already have, and a fight after the fact. Shinto gone before my eyes, and the Jade Dragons with another. The pace simply too fast for the Leviathans.
Do they want this tier 1 tower too? If they want it, it looks like they're just going to take it because wrong you.
Oh my goodness.
Not going to be able to clear up this wave. The gold lead, as you said, just growing massively. Pagon does get ulted by, it looks like, yeah, Panatom and Haddix, they want this set gone.
You gotta kill off Pagon, you gotta kill him! Someone kill Pagon, it's Haddix finally, but you've lost another 2 team members in the meantime. And that is just peak Dragons, where they seem happy to take some of these lopsided trades. Like, yeah, we might lose Pagon, but we're gonna get a tower.
Of course, there's no objectives up anymore.
Charlie, this is just such an awkward spot now for Panatom, who is 3 levels behind. And when you're an Erlang Shen, wrong you could go down here. Rotation in from PandaCat, pin from Panatom. It's about the best this Erlang Shen could do. Another one for Scream, who's on a killing spree. And the pace has been set. The bar has been reached and surpassed by the Jade Dragons. FidoK wants to keep the party going. Shinto learning the hard way. And he's been asked quietly to leave. The Jade Dragons swing 3 more. And Panatom left watching, now 4 levels behind in the jungle. Zapman will fall as well. The Jade Dragons trailing, unhappy, going to game 3 here. I told you, 5 minutes.
You said 5 minutes. That could put the Leviathans back into this game. Unfortunately, PPM spots it out. And if I'm the Jade Dragons, I'm probably stopping DPS, but they're not going for it. They're too hot right now. They're up 13-4.
Yeah, that's right. Polar Bear Mike, only 2 levels down to Panatom. Shinto is rotated in. Fire Giant low. It's the miracle
They got it.
that arrives. Prayers answered for the Leviathans, but the fight doesn't look fantastic after the fact, unless maybe Panatom can chase down Polar Bear Mike. He does, and the Leviathans have signs of life now. Odd numbers against Pagon, who will make it over the wall, and 3 members to the Leviathans with FG.
But now PandaCat flies back in, and he's going in for this.
My goodness, and he's got Aegis. It's worn off, and the Leviathans now can turn towards PandaCat. This is madness. What is happening? The Jade Dragons now go in 1 by 1. They lose FG, and the Leviathans have footing in game 3.
I mean, I just knew it. The second I saw Panatom with the wraparound, I said, bells ringing. The Fire Giant's being looked at.
What an aggressive pull by the Jade Dragons. We've seen this story before. Mike has pulled Haddix back into the FG pit, and the Fire Giant now reset. Pagon alone on the front line, ulted by Haddix. He'll fall here shortly. Down in the back, Panatom chasing down 1, and the Leviathans have caught fire. FidoK burnt down. Scream, no leg to stand on. And from 4 levels down to a double kill, Panatom adds a couple, and the Leviathans look good for the Fire Giant.
Yeah, FidoK does have the teleport, but it doesn't look like going to be the opportunity to try and go in for the steal.
Wow.
Both tanks still alive, but wow, the Leviathans, I mean, Zap and Panatom were still in mid.
Fantastic stun there from Polar Bear Mike. And a blink in from FidoK. Assassins will brawl it out over in mid. Stygian Torment from Mike, pulls Haddix right back. There are 2 Cthulhus, but they're on opposite teams. FidoK doesn't finish off the kill on a Zapman. And Zapman turns it, Haddix does as well. Now it's PandaCat. And PandaCat still has some legs, still has some life in this fight. The duo lane with Pagon, the last 3 standing. PandaCat pinned, PandaCat Aegis. And the Leviathans have eyes for the Phoenix.
Yeah, they won that fight, I would say. And now this left side Phoenix seems to be the call. Haddix already teleported back in, full HP ready to tank this one up. Pagon's going to be in some trouble, gets knocked up, uses the Aegis. 1 more will do it, and he's gone.
He gone. Shinto now looking for more. Double kill for the Morrigan. And the respawns here shortly. Or are they? Are these death timers long enough? As the stolen Fire Giant enough to break the tie here in game 3. Panicat with damage. Leviathans down to half HP, avoids the stun, but there is simply too much, and the Leviathans have done it. Scream 5 seconds away, though. The Titans swinging away. The Leviathans unconcerned in game 3 in the set to the Levi's.
I mean, off the fire giant steal. Panatom with that